Hello, have you ever wondered what it takes to set or break a world record? Today we speak to a Kenyan young man who has applied to Guinness for the ratification of a world record that he believes he has set. Welcome to the episode.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Carl Ajega. I am, as everyone knows me, I am the push-up king of the world. Guinness World Record for most push-ups in 1 hour. Guinness World Record for most push-ups in 24 hours. And Guinness World Record for most push-ups in a row. Those 3 Guinness World Records I'm bringing to Africa this year, 2025. I used to say the push-up king of Kenya. Then I got confident, knowing that nobody in Africa can do what I can. So I called myself, and people accepted that I'm the push-up king of Africa when it comes to high-rep calisthenics now. Yeah, calisthenics, we've got 3, static, dynamic, and high-rep, but I'm the king of high-rep. Then I got much more confident when people all around the world started joining my live stream on TikTok. Just because of push-ups every day, thousands of people all around the world. So the king of push-ups of the entire world. Yeah, no one has done what I've done live on camera. All right, 5,670 push-ups. That's the record for most 180-degree elbow angle push-ups. When I say 180-degree, I mean your chest touches the floor and you go way up till your elbows lock. That is the most, 5,670. It's the most ever caught on camera. And I did it in 7 hours on 17th May from 5 p.m. to 12:08 a.m. I finished them on Sunday. Hello everyone. So I've done 5,600 and I don't know how many push-ups. That is a record on its own. Many of you don't know. Most full push-ups in a row. Already, I consider myself in the book. Already that's a record.
Hello world. Let me introduce you to the superlative guy, Carl Ajega. Remember that name. You heard it here first. How many of those can you do at a go?
I can do, the most I've ever done was 1,011. Yeah, I was 13 when I did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've been chasing this for a long time.
Yeah, and that was when I had interest in skipping. I was, by the way, people don't know, I once had interest in breaking the record for most skips in 24 hours.
Okay.
I was around 15 when that interest sparked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what discouraged me, it's the record itself. In 24 hours, that guy did 152,000 skips. He's a Japanese guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what could you do something with that wheel? Because
With,
it appears a lot in the camera.
The tire.
Yeah, the tire. Whoa. How heavy is that tire?
I don't know how.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, Kali, you're telling me your communication with the Guinness. What does it involve?
A lot of questionnaires. They ask if your record is a proposal record or you want to break it. Now that is the beginning of the stuff, the communication. Okay. Now there is a lot of questionnaires involving how you want to impact your community through this record.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you being sponsored by a certain company to break that record?
Right.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to help? I've just spoken about how you are going to help the community and stuff. Yeah. Or is it for your own personal gain? Right. Is it for personal gain or is it to impact the community? Okay. Yeah. Why do you want to break the record? Now this is where it gets extensive.
All right.
They want to know your intentions in having your name in the book.
In the record. All
Yeah,
right. All right.
exactly.
Okay.
So yes, that's about it. And they tell you to describe it. If it's a proposal record like mine,
Yeah.
they tell you to describe it now. They they ask you which date do you want to break the record, the venue. All right, you want to set that record, set or break. Also, now after that, they send you a letter of agreement between you and them.
Okay.
With, for example, mine, the base, the world record base, which my letter came from, was from London.
Okay.
I think it somewhere called Wimbledon. I don't know. I don't remember quite well.
All right.
Yeah. So after that, the fees, there are a couple of fees you have to pay.
Okay.
Yeah, basically that, nothing much.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so you're explaining that you don't want to die a mediocre man.
Yeah, I don't want to die mediocre, that's true. Look at that. All of that is what, guys? All of that. You've got to work hard. You've got to work hard, guys. You've got to work damn effing hard. Alright? So the thing is, why so? I read a lot of Marcus Aurelius' work.
Right.
His book, Meditations.
Yeah.
He has this quote, there is this quote, memento mori. So memento mori means remember that you will die. So every time I wake up, I tell myself, I meditate on that. Now let me speak about the memento mori. Imagine it's your last day to live. Will you want to live that day as a mediocre? All right? Yeah, live that day as a real man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that thought in your mind, you're gonna do greater things. That's what drives me basically. The sixth attempt has been a fail. I'm still stuck at 5K, the 5K barrier. I've done 3,200 and I don't even want to know how many I've done. So 5K is still my personal best. I will come back on Sunday. So yes, 5K is still my personal best. On Sunday, I must break that 5K barrier. I stopped because there is something I usually feel at night when I sleep. It's like somebody standing on top of my chest. So the feeling has come during the day. It's just unexplainable. I need rest, in short.
Okay. Let me ask, just to get to know you a little bit. Your full name is Carl
Ajega.
How old are you, Carl?
I'm 20 years old. I have turned 20 years old on March 27th.
Okay. Oh,
that
recently.
was just
like
a few months
ago.
back.
Yeah.
So I was even afraid of telling people I'm 19 years old.
Okay.
People would think I'm a fraud, and many people would then follow me on social media.
Okay.
So I stopped saying that I'm not, until I now turned 20. So it is not because of my physique, but it's because of how I operate. Not so many 20-year-olds will do what I do.
Yeah,
and I'm proud of that.
That's good. Now, Carl, when I met you, you were training me in the gym.
Yeah.
You were 19 years old. I remember asking you, how old are you? And I was very shocked. To see, I was being trained by a teenager.
Exactly.
I was quite surprised. But I did observe your determination and your dedication to training people like me, older folks. And I was very surprised by your determination and your vision and basically your intensity, if I may say so. Which then leads me to ask, how long ago did you finish your high school?
Yeah, I finished my high school in 2023.
So basically, you've been out of school for just over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah. And any prospects for further studies?
Yeah. Looking forward to to study anatomy extensively.
All right.
Extensively, because in this field of fitness, you need to have a good understanding of how the muscles work. What types of exercises work particular muscle groups.
Right.
Yeah, because people just know, for example, people just know of the bicep as a whole muscle. People don't know that they're made up of sections.
Right,
Every muscle group. So anatomy is what I'm going for.
Okay, all right. Now, when you study anatomy, especially in relation to exercise, that probably implies that you're also going to have to study nutrition as well.
Yeah, nutrition is very important. Very important. I'm also looking forward to do a lot of nutrition, because in fitness, to achieve a certain physique, it's not only about the workouts. You are what you eat. Doctors tell us a lot of times. You are what you eat. So that's it. You can be an endurance athlete. You can be a bodybuilder, calisthenics athlete, hybrid. You can want to simply cut weight. So all of these 5 types of athleticisms, they have got different meals. You must take a different meal for
each of those.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Now, Carl, I'm interested in, I would like to know, and I'm sure our audience would like to know as well, just to zero in on what you did. You said you did how many press-ups?
5,670.
5,670.
Exactly.
And you're chasing the Guinness records, which is how many?
Which is 10,507.
So you got halfway.
Past halfway.
When you were doing this, did you do consecutive 5,000 press-ups, or you rested, you did and rested?
So what I did is I didn't put my knees down totally throughout the 7 hours I was in that position till I completed the 5,670.
Okay, so even during rest, you'd remain on your fours?
I'll remain on my, on that position.
Without your knees touching the ground?
Without my knees touching the ground for 5 seconds, then I continue.
Then you continue.
Yeah.
And you said it took you how long?
7 hours.
7 hours.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
I was hallucinating like real bad. Okay, around the 5th hour, things got real spicy. I thought, by the way, I've met people who watched the live stream. People told me that some ladies told me that they were crying during the live stream.
Really?
They told me, like, one lady, she's a client. She told me, like, she wanted to shout through the phone, "Please stop." She was crying. There was a time around the 6th hour now. I was like, anytime I was like in that pose, it's like I was falling sideways. I almost fell, and the whole ground was wet from my sweat. And also another thing, my body was salty. My body, like real salt. My eyelids were salty. Like real salt, a lot of salt. You see, like the salt you put in food.
Right.
Yes, salt was coming out of my body now. It got to that stage when
the sweat had solidified.
Yeah, I wasn't sweating anymore. It was just salt.
Okay. You told me that at some point you began to hallucinate.
At some point,
what was happening?
That was around the 7th hour now. 5th hour was almost fainting. 6th hour, I was salty. 7th hour, I was hallucinating. That's when I decided to stop. Now the things I saw, this is where it gets interesting. You see, I had my charger there with my power bank for charging devices and stuff. So I saw my charger turning into a snake. I was doing it inside an empty chicken stead. So inside there, I saw a red car. Then the funniest thing I saw now, I saw Michael Jackson.
Was he dancing, performing, doing what?
Now the thing is, there is, inside that chicken stead, there are like poles that hold up the ceiling.
The ceiling, right.
Now he was standing by a pole, and he was wearing a silver jacket. Now he was just looking at me like,
That's crazy. Were you
So
alone or did
crazy.
you have somebody watching over you?
Yeah, and in fact, that was the first time I saw my dad. That was the first time my dad had remorse. My dad is he's a very tough man.
Yeah.
Because he used to be an athlete, an incredible powerlifter back in his days.
Okay.
So he understands sports. But that was the first time my dad had sympathy, like so deep.
Did you see like he was scared for you?
Yeah, by the way, he was too scared. In fact, to psych me up, he brought music in the middle of the live stream. You know, he listens to music that I don't listen, but the best he could do, since he doesn't want me to give up, he brought his phone for me to listen to music. He asked if I need any more water. Yeah, he was just concerned about it. And even immediately after finishing the live stream now, he cooked porridge himself. I was so shocked. He has never done those. He cooked porridge for me. He came, he waited all that time until 12 midnight. Then he came very fast up. To see if I am okay. In fact, I had slept down there.
Did you sleep or you fell?
So immediately after finishing, I just made a video telling people thank you for watching the live. I switched it off. Then I just slept there in the chicken stand. He was the one who came and woke me up and told me to go take a bath. And so he cooked porridge for me, drank some few sips, took some few sips and slept.
Okay. And in terms of rejuvenating, what did you eat something? How did you try to refresh your energies?
Just that porridge. In fact, I didn't want to eat anything. I just wanted to sleep. Sleep was
that was what you're fatigued.
Yes, sleep was all that was in my mind. And for me, I'm an early bird. I can't sleep past 3 a.m. If you look at my TikTok, I've done a lot of live videos at 3 a.m.
All right.
So, but that day now, when I went to sleep, I slept up to 1 p.m. I really slept.
Let me ask you, just to go back a bit. You began doing this at 5 in the evening.
5 p.m. Saturday, yes.
And you went past midnight.
Yes, past midnight, 12:08 a.m.
12:08.
Yeah.
So here is my question. Did your mom come? Does your mom know what you're doing?
Yes. By the way, both of them were there. They were so worried that maybe I might die. Yeah, I was also, so many people were so worried, by the way.
Yeah.
My mind was like, I really have to break this record. If it means that I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. But now you see, the thing is, I reached at the 7th hour now. I don't know how my mindset shifted from being an I don't care, because I'm an I don't care person. I know myself. I care less about I don't know how my mind shifted from that to giving up. Okay. I don't know how, but
well, maybe it was a warning, because maybe your body was reaching its limit.
I think I should have taken it slow. This challenge, by the way, you've reminded me. I started this challenge of breaking the world record. I think it was on February. Now I started with 3,000 push-ups. I used to do it every Saturday. Or Wednesday. Either Wednesday or Saturday, depends on my schedule. So I started with 2K. The following 3,000, I used to add 1,000 every week.
Regularly. All right.
Then I progressed to 4K. Then I progressed to 5K. Now there was a time I attempted to do 6K. Remember that I was adding 1K every week. It was so tough. I remember I used to stop at around, every time I used to stop at around 4,000, 5,100, 5,200. But now the latest that I did now, the one that I hallucinated and stuff, my mind was like, The other time I wanted to do 6K, but this time I've wanted to reach 11K, and I haven't made it to the 6K. What would have happened if I really made it to 6K and all these things happened, the hallucinations, my body giving out salt all over and stuff. What would have happened if I reached 6K? But anyway, the thing is, I'm not a quitter. I'm not a person who quits easily. I'm thinking of doing it again so that I may give Guinness World Record the live recordings.
Right.
Because the push-ups I've done, that 5,670, those are the most ever caught on camera.
What brought you to zero in on press-ups as the record you wanted to set?
You see, I love challenges. The reason as to why I chose push-ups, it's because look at that record, 10,507 by Minoru Yoshida. It was set in 1980.
Yeah.
And also, apart from that, that is most push-ups in a row.
Yeah.
We've got a push-up record which was set in 1993.
Yeah.
That is over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was for most in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which is 46,001 push-ups. So I was seated and I thought, like, these two records were set. The one in 1993, that is over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The one by Minoru Yoshida, 1980, 40 plus years ago.
Yeah.
45, in fact.
Yeah.
Why isn't there anyone around the world that has broken it?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna be the first one to break either. If I'm not going to break the one by Minoru Yoshida, I'm gonna break the one that Servesio, this man's called Servesio.
Yeah.
The one that Servesio broke the most in 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be the one. That is greatness.
Yeah.
Breaking something that was set 30 years ago, 3 decades ago, 40 years ago, 4 decades. That is greatness. That is greatness. My name is gonna be printed into.
Okay, another question. Who's your role model when it comes to exercise?
Yeah, my role model is David Goggins. I respect him a lot. A lot. He's he's done a lot of things.
Yeah.
Running 39 hours non-stop. Non-stop 39 hours, you're just like this.
Yeah.
He broke his legs.
Yeah.
But still, he went on despite these conditions.
Yeah.
That is what I was feeding myself when I was doing the push-ups.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't spoken about my wrists. There was a time.
Yeah.
There was a time I almost broke this left hand completely.
Yeah.
And my whole palms were purple, like completely purple.
Right.
Yeah, and because I think there was a blood clot, but they're healing. In fact, I still have those marks.
Okay.
Because of too much push-ups.
Yeah, blisters?
Yeah, blisters and stuff.
Right.
Because of too much push-ups.
Okay.
So I decided to stop a bit. Not that I stopped working out.
Yeah.
Now, anytime I would go live, I will do plank holds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That was the reason, because I saw a few of the videos where you're planking.
Yeah. Right. That was the reason why.
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think you've seen videos I've posted doing a plank for over an hour. Yeah. On TikTok you can't post past an hour, but I did a live stream whereby I planked for 2 hours, 5 minutes non-stop. Over 2 hours non-stop. So also it inspired many people because when something bad happens, take it as an opportunity to improve other things. Take it as an opportunity to grow. When my wrists were swollen, when my palms became purple and swollen, I didn't see it as a setback. I now sat down and told myself, okay, now my wrists are swollen. One is almost totally broken. What am I going to do? Now I decided to go with the planks. And if I didn't do it, with my mind I used to know like 10 minute planks. That is my the farthest I can go when it comes to planking.
Right.
But now, when I started challenging myself on TikTok, right now I can do 2 hours.
Okay.
I can do 2 hours,
Planking.
5 minutes planking. Yeah.
All right.
And it is because my wrists broke. So it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. See every negativity as a positivity. That's what Eliud Kipchoge says.
Right. What kind of family have you grown up in?
Yeah, I've grown up in a sporty family. My dad, mostly.
Yeah.
My mom ain't interested in sports that much, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Though my dad, I was inspired to start sports because of my dad.
Yeah.
Back in the days, right now I want to cut weight. I'm an athlete. I'm a long distance runner.
Okay.
42 kilometers, I do 3 hours, 23 minutes, and 47 seconds. That is why I want to cut weight. I'm not interested in bulking.
Okay.
Yeah, bulking used to be a long time ago when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
And I was inspired with my dad, but I took a different route.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was really inspired by David Goggins.
Okay.
Yeah, David Goggins is an ultra marathoner.
All right.
The best in the world.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I'm also an endurance calisthenics athlete. I've spoken about that.
Yeah.
The push-ups, guys, people know.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to static calisthenics, I've spoken about the plank.
Yeah.
Yeah, holding the plank, which I can do 2 hours, 5 minutes. So that's my journey in fitness, basically.
All right.
That's it. But you've spoken about my family.
Yeah.
My dad is a powerlifter.
Okay.
My little brother, my 14-year-old kid bro.
Yeah.
He is a footballer. Yeah. He also ain't interested in bulking that much. So, yeah, that's it, basically.
Okay.
My big brother is not into sports.
Okay.
But he is into social media, photography.
Okay. Will you be able to say you come from a well-off family?
No.
Yeah.
No. But we've never lacked.
Okay.
And we've always want. Okay, not anything. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Anything we've always needed, not wanted.
Yeah.
Anything we've always needed, we've always had anything. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but not in my dad. He had put a survival mode mentality in all of us.
Right.
I remember when I was 13 years old, he would force me and my kid bro to wake up and go do a morning run with him at 5 a.m. And it really helped us.
All right.
Yeah, I stuck with that. He stopped, but I stuck with that.
You continued.
I continued with that. I stuck with that throughout my primary school life. Then I stuck with that throughout high school. Now in high school, I met pros in running.
Right.
Then I gave up the passion for bulking muscles and I decided wow, I just want to run. I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
I just want to run. Now in high school, I used to meet these guys, footballers, who would wake up at 4 a.m. every Saturday to run so many laps around the field. Now I wanted to do better than them.
Okay.
Now I used to wake up at 3 a.m. So they used to come to the field and they find me there. Now, that is how now I stuck with waking up at 3 a.m.
If someone were to support you, what would be the nature of support you'd require?
Yeah, and I've spoken about this a lot of times in my live streams.
Yeah.
By the way, I really need cameras, I need filming equipment. Yeah, I need wristbands. I need wristbands because till today, when I roll my wrists like this, you can hear them cracking.
Okay.
Especially this left arm.
Because of the pressure.
Yeah, because of the pressure every time. Yeah, I need wristbands, I need filming equipment. I need running shoes. Basically that. And also another thing that I sort of feel ashamed saying, but I really need a brand. I really need brand deals. Yeah, because I have friends who are on TikTok. I use TikTok as my platform.
Right.
I've got a lot of friends who are at 50K followers, 40K.
Right.
I'm at 60K. I've never gotten a brand deal.
Okay.
But they do have brand deals. But anyway, it is what it is. Mine's gonna come. I have faith.
Yeah. You've been in touch with the Guinness, I don't know whether they're
Book of Records. Yeah.
Yes. You've been in touch with them.
Yeah.
What have they told you?
So they've told me that they're gonna give me there is one thing I have to do.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
I have used M-Pesa all my life.
Yeah.
I've never had a bank account, so I don't know anything about MasterCards or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to pay some fees, though it's a small fee, a very small fee.
Okay.
I should have paid it the moment I contacted them, but the thing is I do not have a MasterCard.
Okay.
To do the payments through PayPal and whatnot. So, though they told me that my record now is a proposal record.
Okay.
Now the thing is, something I haven't told you, and I think this is the most crucial part about the whole Guinness part.
Yeah.
The most push-ups ever caught on camera, as I've said, were the ones I did, the 5,670. Now, I contacted Guinness, and I told them, I proposed a record now that I can do the most 180-degree elbow angle push-up. That means I go way down till my chest touches the floor, then I go way up till my elbows lock. Okay. You see, that type of push-up is called 180-degree elbow angle push-up. I contacted them and told them most push-ups for 180-degree elbow angle push-up.
Okay.
Then they labeled it as a proposal record. It was labeled as a proposal record. Then I was sent a letter.
Okay.
That, dear Carl, your proposal record is being considered by our team. We shall give you a feedback, but first pay these so and so fees, which is the last.
How much
stage.
is it?
It is only $5, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, it is something that I should have paid right at the moment. I don't have that MasterCard and stuff.
Okay, but someone can help you. Someone can help you because you're a young man. You probably don't, well, as you've mentioned, you don't have a bank account or anything.
Yeah.
Someone can help you with enough money to open a bank account and pay the fee.
My week is usually, from Monday to Friday, I'm usually busy as a fitness instructor. As a fitness instructor, I'm normally busy from morning till evening. I've just said my day begins at 3 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, my day ends at 10 or even 11 p.m. Because I've got a lot of people to train, personal training and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so weekend is the only time I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do, when I post this video online, I'm going to put your phone number on the screen and ask whoever is interested in supporting you to support you. I think that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
It will be I need support.
Okay.
I've been doing this alone for quite a very long time.
Yeah.
And the only ways that people have supported me is through sending gifts on TikTok, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hope that there is a person who is my fan on TikTok that is watching this. I really appreciate what you guys have done for me.
Yeah.
Also the interviewer I really appreciate that through his platform, I'm gonna reach people who are gonna give me support. I need a lot of support. I've just spoken about the brandings.
Yeah.
I need that is why I'm wearing Nike.
Just to, by way of saying thanks, this video has been sponsored by Muscle Talk Gym. They've given us the privilege of shooting this video in the gym. This is the gym where I met my son Carl.
Yeah.
And it's a popular gym. If you're in Nairobi, especially Eastlands around Donholm, come to Muscle Talk Gym this is Greenfield Shopping Center, and you'll find a good place to exercise. So for now, we say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.